Imperative React. That's what we're talking about today. So apparently there is a imperative way of doing things and a declarative way of doing things, and React is declarative. And I was trying to make sense of this section. This is something that I personally struggle with understanding well, and I'm getting better at it, but I still have a struggle. I still struggle with it a little bit here and there. So let me try to do my best. So declarative is telling the, using code that says what to do, versus imperative, which is telling, writing code that specifies how to do it. So for example, in this section, the thing that we're trying to achieve is focusing on the input field. So it's so we focus, so the mouse cursor is on the input field when the component renders. And you can do it in a way where you just, add like an out of focus field to the input field. So, or an out of focus attribute that is into the input element. So that would be out of focus. All right. Okay. So, all right. So if we do this out of focus, just like that, it should, if I refresh this, be focused on the input field. That's my understanding, at least. I hope I got that right. So this is declarative, right? You tell it what to do. So let's make this imperative. So the way we're going to do that is, let me pull up the reference code. And okay, so this is the part that, like I said, I struggle with. I'm still trying to understand. I'm no expert in it by far. So we're going to use a hook, a new type of hook that we haven't seen before, and it's going to be a useRef hook. So let me get the code for that. That's it. Yeah, let me make sure I put it in the right place. I did not put it in the right place. That's actually going to be, yeah. So I'm going to actually, so we're going to change this component slightly. So instead of parentheses, right, we're going to have curly braces. So, and we are going to, now instead of just the parentheses and then the element, we're going to return the JSX part, like so. Okay. Okay, so now this allows us to do what? It allows us to add code before we actually return JSX. And one of the pieces of the code is this useRef right here, and the other part is using useEffect. And again, not an expert on this, still learning, still trying to make sense of it. I feel like people, when I tried to look up this topic online, I don't know what the problem is with most people that talk about this, but I feel like they're just like making it a lot more complicated than it is. I'm sure that once I get it, I'll be like, oh, duh, now I get it. But for now, I'm just gonna do what I tell my students to do. Just do your best understanding it and just use it. And the more you code, the more you use, the more you code, the more experience you get, the more this stuff will fall into place. So useEffect is a hook. It hooks into the life cycle of React, and I know that sounds kind of like something I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just using fancy words, which I feel like a lot of people are doing. But it's basically, the way I look at it is just, you want to do something before you render the component, right? Or or after the component has been rendered, or if there's a change. So in this case, whenever there's a change to this part, I think I understand. Whenever there's a change to is focused, like this gets run. This code gets run, and it checks if is focus is true. If it is, it will focus on the input element. Okay, so let me see what else. And then obviously down here, instead of out of focus, let's get rid of out of focus. We're not doing it declarative, we're doing it imperative. And we get rid of that, and we use the ref attribute, and we're setting it to useRef. This we call it input ref, which is we create that by calling on useRef. So now we have a reference to this element called input ref, which right here we're calling on it, and current represents, that's the way you access it. You don't access it like this. You have to use the dot current. That represents the element. That will represent this element. Okay? So the way I look at it is that if isFocus changes, focus, and it's true, we're focusing on the input. And so basically we're telling it how to focus rather than just telling it to focus, if that makes sense. Okay, I think that's it. isFocus is not defined. Okay, so we're missing isFocus. Well, where does it come from? Well, it comes from here. It's one of the arguments that comes in with input with label. It's one of the parameters. Is focused. Oh, it's called is focused. That is focus, right? So okay, lots of mistake here. No surprise. I told you guys this is going to be a section that I personally struggle with. So again, there's another place where I use isFocus, and you guys probably already see it. I don't see it yet. And where is it? isFocused. What line is it? I already changed that. 75. I already changed it to the new one, and it's saved. Look. The file is saved, and yet it complains. You know what that is? All right, let me do this. Let me show you guys this. Just watch. How did I know that it's going to go away? I've ran into this many times where like it's complaining about something, yet I know it's fixed. Sometimes you just have to refresh. Okay, and there it is. Still works just fine. Cool. That's it. Again, useref. Try to look it up online. See, maybe you might be a lot better at this, and you might be able to look up some articles on this, and it makes perfect sense to you. To me personally, I haven't found a good article on it that actually is simple and easy to understand. If you find one, let me know. Please share. A comment would be perfect on this video with a link to a good article on useref, on the useref hook. All right, guys. Till next time. Take care. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, that's it. Bye.